Hello, we are now working on word practice 3, and just in case you've joined us, there's practice 1, practice 2 prior to this one. Take a moment to go there, try out those exercises before you get to this one. So we start with number 1. Insert the table shown below in a Word document named Great. Save the file in a desktop folder with your name and registration number. Remember, we had already created our folders, so there's my folder right there. I'm going to double click on this folder and I right click, I go to new, and I am going to create the document called Great by clicking on Microsoft Word, and I want to type using capital letters. I type the word Great and I press enter to save that name, and I'm going to press enter again. Notice that I have selected the file Great and I press enter again and the document opens up. And we are supposed to insert the table shown below. The table has 4 columns and 6 rows. So I'm going to go to the insert tool, and right below insert I have the option for tables. I can do this in many ways. Let me use the quick tool. I move to the right 4, those are 4 columns, and I go all the way down until it says 4 by 6. I hope you notice the 4 by 6 at the top, and I click. That is the table I would like to put in. So I'm going to go ahead and type. We may end up having to do fast forward in order to get this, but I'm going to go ahead and type. Do the same on your end. You'll notice that as I move to the right, I'm using the tab key. The tab key takes me to the next cell on the right. If you'd like to go below or downwards, then you use the down arrows. You have arrow keys on the keyboard. You could use those. I prefer to use the tab key. So use whatever method you prefer to use. Some people prefer to click with the mouse. That's okay too. The essence is to get the work done. On the keyboard you have the numbers keypad, but on the laptop you have to set your keypad to the numbers keypad. So just go ahead and type as quickly as you can. Remember, you're supposed to familiarize yourself with the keyboard so that you know where to find everything. So there we are. We are done with the table. We've gone ahead and typed everything in. Don't forget Control S. Save your work every moment you have. If you're on a laptop, that's okay. You don't have a risk of power going off. Number 2, insert page numbers at the top left of the document and your name at the top right. At the top left of the document and your name at the top right. So we are going to go to insert. We're on the insert menu and we go to the section header and footer. Remember, at the top is the header, at the bottom is the footer. These appear on every page. So we are going to select header, which is the top, and we are going to select the option that has 3 columns because we want to put different things in there. So at the top left, we are supposed to put page numbers. So I click right there where it says type here. I click on that area And we are going to go ahead and insert a page number in the current position. Choose the type of page number. So they have put in a page number. Next, your name at the top right. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to go ahead and put my name. Okay. There we go. There's my name. And in the center, we are not supposed to put anything, but I go ahead and click there and I either press backspace or delete. I have pressed the delete button. So that has deleted that. So I have a page number on the left and my name on the right. You can either close the header and footer section. Notice that you have a toolbar up here, header and footer tools. Sometimes people say, I don't see my close button. It's because you've moved away from your header footer tool. You can either close there or double click below the dotted line. I have double clicked below the dotted line. I am back into my document. Next, we are supposed to type the following text on page 1. So I'm going to click below my table and I'll press the enter key. I hope you can see my cursor at the bottom. Okay, and let me zoom out. And I'm going to start typing. Okay, I'll fast forward. Okay, I hope you're done with the work and we're going to go ahead to number 4. Use font size 22 and double line spacing. I'm going to do this for the text. So I select my text as we did in the previous exercise. You highlight it by pressing over it. And we are going to go up and look for font size 22. And we are also going to look for double line spacing. There we go. And number 5 is similar to number 1. We are supposed to place the table that we had created in the center of page 2. So we are going to copy this table. We have to get it out of here. Make sure you're copying your table only. I click on the table handle, I press on it, and I could either go up here and click cut. I'm going to use the shortcut Control X. That cuts out the table. I'm going to go to page 2. I hope you remember how to create a page break. Control and enter. So I am now on page 2. How do I know it's page 2? My page number shows me. So I'll press enter once and Control V is to paste, or you can use the paste tool. I'm going to use Control V and I have placed my table on page 2. It's supposed to be in the center. So let me minimize this because this is going all the way around. I am going to double click. I put my cursor inside the table and I go to the edge of each borderline or cell line and I double click to resize. There we go. I am resizing my table. I'm double clicking. There we go. I click on the handle of the table and I'm going to use the center tool to make sure this table is in the center. And I am going to zoom out. Let me see what's on my layout. See whether this allows me to change my position. It doesn't give me that option. So we are going to go ahead and zoom out of here so that you can try and establish a center for this document. So I click before and I'm just going to press the enter key until I feel my table is in the center. Looks like it's in the center. What do you think? Madam Gombe, no. Yeah, there we go. I could press enter one more time. No, it doesn't look good. Let me delete. So that's good enough for us. Okay. If you want it to be a little larger so that it centers, you can drag on the tool below to make sure that it's in the center. Let me zoom back out. So there is my table in the center. Number 6, insert a row at the top and bottom of the table. So I'm going to zoom in so that we can all see this. We are supposed to insert a row at the top and bottom. You can use the table toolbar, okay? And you can go to layout. Under the layout option, you have different options. Insert a row above, below, to the left, or to the right. So we are supposed to insert a row at the top. I click in the top, anywhere in the top, and I choose insert above. Also at the bottom, I click anywhere in the bottom row and I choose insert a row below. Also, we are supposed to insert a column to the right. So I click in the last cell and I choose insert right. There we go. There's our column. Number 7, merge the top row and insert the text parade cells. I select all the cells. If you want to merge, you have to first select them. And on our merge tool, we have the option merge cells. All these options are also on the shortcut. You can highlight, right click. You can either merge cells and do different insert. Okay? But we were asked to merge the cells and type the word parade cells. Parade cells. There we go. Change the text direction of the header row. The header row is the row that tells you what is in the fields below. So change the text direction. I select all the cells. And right here under layout, we have the tool text direction. I'm going to leave my text like that. Okay. Calculate the monthly totals of each cells and each salesperson's total. So each month, so these are going to be totals. Let me just type here totals. And for each month, I click in the cursor below, and still on the layout tool on the right side, there is one element that allows you to put in a formula. So I click formula, and it's automatically said sum above. Notice the formula is equal to sum above. I'm going to just copy this for the next use because I may need it in the next formula. But there we go. It's going to sum everything that's above, and we click OK. There's our total. And we are supposed to do it for all the cells. Formula. Again, there is sum above. I click in this cell and do the same, sum above. Great. Next, we are supposed to calculate each salesperson's total. So Ken's, Mary's, Sam's, Tajo, and Abbas, for each of them, we need to calculate totals. So let's call this one also totals. All right, we are going to move ahead to the next side. We are supposed to calculate the totals for each salesperson. So our totals are going to go here. Let me first change the text direction for this cell so that it looks like the others. We are going to use a different method. This time we are going to do the first total and copy it to the others. So click in the cell where you'd like the total to go. Again, we click on formula. Notice that this time it sums to the left, which is correct because we want to sum all these values for each salesperson. So we are going to just click OK, and it gives us the value. I'm going to select this total. I highlight it, and Control C is copy. I select the cells where I would like the other totals to go. I highlight them, and Control V is paste. So you will notice that it has pasted the cells, but they are not updated. It shows a total that was for Ken. So after pasting, you go to each total, you right click on it, make sure your cursor is inside, and you update. Right click, update. Right click on the cell and update. And finally right click and update the field. So we have our totals on the different sides. We are supposed to sort in descending order of cells, persons, totals. So this is the field we want to sort by in descending order. I highlight my information in the table. Notice that I have selected the headings, I have excluded the title, and I have also excluded the totals. And on the same table tool layout, I go to sort, and I make sure that my list, I have to select that my list has a header row. Okay, and you make sure you select totals. Okay, and they have to be in descending order. Okay, make sure you click descending and we click OK, and our totals are sorted in descending order. Don't forget to save your work. Control S. Good. We are moving ahead. We are supposed to place a red watermark with our names and change the page texture to parchment. Great. We are going to go to the next. We are going to go to another tool here. This is the design tool. And on the right side of the design tool, we have watermark, page color, and page border. So we want to put in a watermark, which is red. So click down. You can choose any of these that are in here, but we're going all the way down, and we are going to select the option custom watermark. And we are supposed to choose text with our name. I'm going to type my name here. There we go. And it's supposed to be red. Okay, there we go. That's red. And we shall leave it as semi-transparent. And we are going to apply this. You can click apply, or you can go ahead. When you click apply, you'll see your name going across, and we close. Next, we are supposed to put a page texture called parchment. We go to page color. Under color, we click the option. If we don't want a color, we are going to click the option fill effects. That's where we get the texture. So click on texture, and we're going to look for parchment. I think this is parchment. I've clicked on parchment and I click OK. So my document has a parchment background. Unless you save this to PDF or to some other format, when you're printing, the parchment texture will not show up. Number 11, place an art border around all pages except the first page. So we're going to go to the page borders, and I like apples. I'm going to put the option for apples. There are so many different options. It's up to you to choose the one you want. Okay, clocks. There are all those different options. So choose, let's put stars today. There we go. There are some stars to go all the way around our document, and the instruction was all pages except the first. Right now it says apply to. Click on this arrow. It says this section, in case you've sectioned your document. This section, first page only. This section, all except first page. So that's what I'm going to select, and we are going to click OK. So all pages except the first page should have a border. Yay! There are borders except on the first page. Alright, yay. Okay, we move ahead, Control S to save your work. Copy the excerpt from page 1 and paste it twice on page 3. So we are going to go to page 1, highlight our text. You can either right click copy, okay, or shortcut is Control S, or you go to the home menu and you select copy, whichever method you want. Copy, and we need to make sure our cursor is on page 3. So click anywhere below your table, and remember the shortcut for a new page is Control Enter. So we are on page 3, or you could go to Insert Page Break. And we are supposed to paste 3 times. Control V, that's the first time. Control V, that's the second time. And Control V, that's the third time. Oh, it was supposed to be 2 times. Control Z is to undo. Remove what you've just done. So I have 2 paragraphs on page 3. Place a drop cap on paragraph 1. So a drop cap is placed on the first characters. It could be more than 1. I'm just going to select 1, and you go to the Insert menu. Insert, and on the text area of Insert, you should have an option for drop cap. There it is, and it has a small arrow on the side. Click on the arrow and we shall choose the option dropped. Okay, we've placed a drop cap. We've placed a drop cap on paragraph 1, and format paragraph 2 to have 2 columns. So we highlight paragraph 2, and on the layout menu, notice that I've moved from home, insert, design, and layout. We select columns, and we are going to choose the option 2. So that column has 2. Control S, save your work. On page 1, insert the following footnote as a placeholder for EDI. This is on page 1. As a footnote for EDI, I'm going to select EDI, and we go to the References menu, References, and we are choosing the option Insert Footnote. And we are supposed to type that EDI is much faster in processing orders. And there we are done. You will notice that it has put a footnote at the bottom of the document. Let me zoom in. There we go. It shows that this is the first footnote on this page, and when you look at EDI, it shows you that your footnote listed there. Let me just move this. There we go. That looks good.